Hey everybody, this is John from Elite Personal Fitness. Today, going over what different kind of PRs are. Now, PRs stand for personal records. Now, people typically think of PRs as, say, the maximum weight that they've lifted, usually one time, or say it's like, usually low reps, so it'd be like 1 to 3 reps, where it's like, hey, that's the most weight I've ever lifted. Now, motivational-wise, this is kind of a lot of the reasons why people are into training, especially if they've been training for some time. It keeps them kind of motivated and keeps them going, saying, hey, I just got a PR. It's like one of the most exciting pieces of, say, training and doing it, because if you're not getting a PR, you feel like you're not really progressing. So to combat this kind of mindset of like, I have to lift a heavier weight, I have to, increase this, or I'm not getting stronger, there are a bunch of different types of PRs that we kind of tell our people to go after, and kind of how to handle things mindset-wise to kind of get you moving or getting different PRs to make yourself, one, feel better and feel like you're actually progressing. So obviously the first one, like I said, it's kind of talking about the maximum weight that you can lift, whether it's like a back squat or say, whatever movement it is. Hey, I can hold a dumbbell, a 100-pound dumbbell, and I can do, 4 reps with it, whatever it may be. That's kind of your max weight. Now, another one that we would do, okay, would be reps, okay? So you can do a certain, a real heavy weight or a specific weight that was challenging for you lower, in the lower reps, and now you can do it for, say, like 8 or 10. Like, say, for example, I'm probably gonna use chin-up a bunch because this can kind of, different PRs correlate a lot with chin-ups. Hey, I used to be able to do, my maximum one is I could do 1 rep, okay? And now after working for some time, you go and train, then you can do it for 5, okay? And that's like a huge PR for you of saying like, wow, I did that for PR, okay? And then the next one would be time, okay? Typically, it'd be something that you can hold, okay? For a specific amount of time. Say with the athletes, when they do their tests, if they want to go to varsity from JV, they have to do like a flexed arm hang, say kind of like a chin up. You have to hold it, but you have to hold it for a certain amount of time. If they're not doing that, you can then PR and get them to build that up. Even if it's on the assault bike, you're going to hold a certain amount of RPMs for a specific amount of time where you might not have been able to do that before. Okay, and one of the biggest things that I really look for people to do is volume. So with training, getting different PRs, you can almost get a PR almost every single day with, say, volume. And what I mean by that is, say, for example, we have, okay, 3 sets, okay, of 4 reps of chin-ups. But say you can only do 2 reps at a time. Now, what can be kind of defeating for people is they go and try to do, their first set, okay, and they only get 2 reps in a row, and they're like, well, I can't do 4. And it tends to be kind of like a mental breakdown of like, hey, I'm just not good enough, I'm not strong enough, I can't do 4 reps. What do I need to do? Maybe I need to add a band or something like that to kind of help me out. And instead of, say, worrying about, say, a PR of like, hey, well, I got to get 4 reps 3 times, I would say do your first set, you do 2 reps, okay, and then you rest, and then you finish with 2 reps again, okay? And then as you build on this week by week by week, you then will go to, okay, maybe your first set, weeks later, you're going to do your first set, and you end up getting 3, okay? And then that is a huge PR and something that you should be shooting for. And we have to do that by building up volume and breaking it up over time, okay? And then the next one would be, a piece of cake, and then you do your 1 rep, which would be nothing. And then once you start getting to 3, 4 will end up being no problem. So when we talk about different PRs for people, I would say, hey, well, if you can only do 2 reps this week, this amount of volume for this rep, for this set, I would say add another one, try to get 3 next week and do your best that you can to do that. So your PRs, how you approach them and do them, okay, you can improve them in this way, and there's probably 5 other ways that you can do so. You just have to get creative with them. Or even take breaks. You can go, I went 10 minutes without taking a break in a strength day. or, you know, I went, you know, like 10 minutes without getting a water break, you know, whatever it may be. You can do that however you want. But this mentally, learning how to have different PRs in your training is going to be the way that you're going to be the most successful in your training long term, because you're always going to make it creative and fun and also see more progress in different ways. So if you guys have any questions on anything, please feel free to reach out. We'd love to help you. Take it easy. Bye.